Hi everyone, Dr. Steph Chaney here from Living Health Integrative Medicine, and I'd like to talk to you guys today about the different stages of Alzheimer's dementia and really when the best times are to get a jump on prevention and reversal. Because sometimes we have people bring us patients to see if they're a good candidate for our cognitive decline and early Alzheimer's reversal protocols, and unfortunately they may be too far advanced into the process and have lost too much brain tissue. So there are 7 stages at this time. The first 2 stages are considered pre-Alzheimer's, with 3 to 7 being considered actual Alzheimer's. The first stage is subjective cognitive impairment, or SCI. And at this stage, really, it is a subjective thing, meaning that the person themselves, the patient, the person feels like they might be having some brain issues. They might be aware of their brain fog, aware of some depression, aware of forgetfulness, aware of an inability to remember or recall words, having some issues with numbers and math, maybe becoming aware of having sleep disturbances all of a sudden, and no one else around them would really even be, catching on to this. So it is really a subjective thing at this point. Believe it or not, even at this stage, we now have MRI technology to be able to diagnose somebody with SCI, which is literally something that is basically catching this Alzheimer's dementia 30 to 40 years before it would ever get to that full-blown diagnosed Alzheimer's phase. So obviously, the earlier the better as far as rooting out the causes of why the SCI is happening and then working protocols to help reverse that can literally reverse the potential for even having Alzheimer's in the first place. The second stage, which is again a pre-Alzheimer's stage, is stage 2, which is MCI, or mild cognitive impairment. And this is where maybe not just yourself or the person themselves is aware of changes, but now people around them, especially those close to them, are starting to notice and maybe comment. So maybe a spouse or a sibling is starting to say, hey, you seem like you're not yourself, you seem like you're having some issues. Is anything going on? Or they're having an awareness, and unfortunately they don't want to hurt your feelings, and so sometimes people aren't even communicating these things to each other. We are getting better again at diagnosing people early with even MCI. The challenge is that in the conventional system, if you are diagnosed with MCI or the later stages of Alzheimer's, really in the conventional system, there's only 1 of 5 drugs that can be prescribed, and Alzheimers.org, specifically in black and white on their website, states that the current medications for Alzheimer's dementia literally does nothing to slow, stop, or reverse the disease. It masks the symptoms for a period of time. So what we have available to us is the protocols that we're using that have been found 90% successful in over 2,000 people around the country at helping to reverse cognitive decline in early Alzheimer's. So once again, the goal is to catch this early, and MCI is what we're seeing in quite a few people that are coming in as far as that staging goes. Stage 3 is early Alzheimer's. This is an early form of Alzheimer's. Now you might be actually having some issues with recall, short-term memory, handling, remembering where you need to be, managing a schedule, things like that. Stage 4, now we're getting into a more moderate form of Alzheimer's. This is where somebody may actually be having very, very big challenges even handling their checkbook and managing their finances. Even to the point of maybe even forgetting what they had for breakfast that morning. Stage 5, 6, and 7 are becoming more and more serious, with now the person having difficulty managing their life, getting dressed on their own, remembering to eat, remembering to take medications. And so very often, at this area, this stage, the person's either put into some type of assisted living situation, or if you're taking care of somebody in the home, then you're looking for professional help and round-the-clock aides to assist with the caring of that person. The sad thing is that this disease is not only reversible if it's caught early enough, but it is preventable, and we're just not quite there as far as catching it on. If you are hearing this video, or if you are in our programs and doing our protocols and successfully turning this disease around, you are one of the few. So congratulate yourself, but once again, do not wait, do not delay. Time is tissue, and it's very important that you get a jump on this early. And so we have early diagnostic tools such as a volumetrics MRI. We do talk a lot about that at our seminars. It is usually the first thing that I ever do with a patient when they come into our office when we have our initial consultation is we end up scheduling a volumetrics MRI to assess in detail the volume of the various areas of the brain so that we can detect where each of these areas are as far as staging, including as early as SCI, which is stage 1. And again, it also, depending on where the brain is shrinking, can allude to where we need to do further testing and potentially protocols for reversing that person's Alzheimer's dementia. I hope you found this educational and helpful as far as clearing up any confusions about how Alzheimer's is staged.